What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 295 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlante. Joining me, as always, we have the Mecha Stardew Valley, Chris Montalbano.
We got Hi-Fi Rush back, motherfuckers.
And we got the most generous Squid in the Sea, Jalen Roberts.
Twitch. Look at me. Look me in the eyes. Your new mobile update is fucking booty cheeks. Shit, diarrhea-covered booty cheeks. It's goddamn awful. Stop trying to be like you're some short-form bullshit. You're a goddamn live streaming channel. Fucking act like it.
Oh, shit.
We all know why we're here. You know why I'm here? I know why.
We're not monetized. Bad. We can say whatever we want in the beginning of an episode.
Oh, yeah.
What if you directly want to...
So we got a jam-packed episode for you.
So we can go back to cursing within the first 10 seconds of the episode.
Yeah. We got a jam-packed episode for you guys. We're going to be talking about Krafton buying Tango. We're going to be talking about the answer. We're going to be talking about Apple. And we're going to be talking about emulation. Like, not even an hour after we recorded our last episode, one of the biggest news stories related to like recent topics on the podcast happened, and we didn't get to cover it, so we're going to cover it now. Krafton, the publisher behind PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, bought Tango Gameworks and the Hi-Fi Rush IP. Unfortunately,
let's fucking go. Oh, unfortunately.
Unfortunately for you, Chris, Microsoft still maintains the rights to both The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo. So if you were to get another Evil Within game, it would probably Microsoft would have to work with Krafton to use Tango in a second-party capacity to make that game happen. Or Microsoft would just have to give it to a different team.
How does that work? Because they own the IP, so they couldn't just have another studio do it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was the
That's
second
what he's saying. It's like he's gonna, or they could just license out the IP to Tango and get them.
That was the first option. License it out to Tango, have them work in a second-party capacity, or just get anybody else like within their stable of like however many dozens of studios they own at this point and have them make it.
Let one of them out of the Call of Duty mines for like a little while, and they'll do it.
Please.
That's what
they
happens.
Would make a crisp ass Evil Within game. That would be amazing. If just like somebody who's been working in the Call of Duty mines just got the opportunity
to kill it.
Probably,
any of them, Enox, High Moon, any of them.
I'd be here for it.
Let them out of the mines.
Yeah,
no, it's not going to happen because
I'm super excited that like Hi-Fi Rush will continue its glory.
Yes,
I do. I'm probably like the outlier and think like Evil Within was great over Ghostwire Tokyo. I know.
No. That's not the exception. That is the average.
Yeah, that's the average.
That is
I don't know that many people.
There were things about Ghostwire
that's not a hot take. That's not a lukewarm take. That is perfectly refrigerated, kept at proper temperature take. That is a food safety
approved
take right there. That is a USDA fucking approved take.
Man,
there were things that they didn't do in Evil Within that they did in Ghostwire that I liked, but I will admit that I have not played enough of either of those games to have a solid opinion. But first person walking around Shibuya fighting yokai game, to me, sounds a lot more appealing than like graphic survival horror, like...
Yeah, I mean, you got to kind of like the survival horror genre to really like Evil Within, and even though Evil Within is kind of like a a product of the era where Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and all of them were kind of still just making action games with
Well,
under
it's not
the
just that, but also remember, he's the reason why he's one of the main reasons why Resident Evil went actiony in the first place.
yeah.
Like this is him.
And I will say he took a step back from like it's Evil Within is nowhere near Resident Evil 5 or 6 or even kind of 4.
Oh, it's
It's
just worse.
campy. And
It's
Evil
worse
Within
than
2 was great.
6.
No, not worse, not worse, not worse. No,
No. Evil Within
no.
Evil Within is great. It has its problems is like management and like item distribution, but it's nowhere near like how terrible
Resident Evil 6
was.
is actually bad.
Mm-hmm.
Evil Within 1 and 2 are flawed, but really fucking good. Those are no Evil Within are those 7 out of 10s that if you give to the right person is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I loved Evil Within.
It's not Resident Evil 6,
no,
which is just a 5 out of 10.
But it's also not like Resident Evil 2 or Silent Hill 2. It's not like
You're not
the upper echelon of
it's not
survival
God
horror.
tier.
It's your mid-tier survival horror, upper mid-tier survival horror that you're like, I appreciate this and I would like more of it, please.
But it's also like, oh yeah, that action-y horror game, that action horror thing actually works when it's not Resident Evil. Yeah. That's another thing about it because we don't get those anymore.
Solid character, like monster designs in Evil Within that are just, whew, they were good. I mean, that's probably what I appreciate most out of this. They just didn't hold back.
Evil Within is a good
It was like a 70s gore film where it was just like buckets of blood in a game.
That motherfucker with the safe on his head?
Oh, yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah. Evil Within, I appreciate if someone could take a crack at it. I mean, it's either going to be good or bad. Either way, I'm going to try it. But, like, I am super happy that Krafton is out here making Hi-Fi Rush 2 a possibility.
No, it's a reality. Happy. Like, they now...
Yeah, well, a reality. You're right.
They don't have the rights to the first Hi-Fi Rush, so its chances of coming to Switch and or Switch 2 are low.
Okay.
Like, unless that's a Microsoft move, which I could totally still see happening with how Microsoft works with the Switch.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You're talking about the original? Like, so Hi-Fi Rush 2 is essentially going to come out everywhere.
Oh, yeah, definitely. 100%. Yeah. Everywhere, it'll come to mobile. Everywhere where PUBG is, everywhere where the Callisto Protocol was.
Here's what's going to happen. Hi-Fi Rush 2 is going to be on everything except for Xbox.
Probably.
No, they would do it. Xbox has been too good to Krafton. The only console you could play PUBG early access on was Xbox. Like, they've had a good working relationship before.
Do you think? No, this is just hypothetical. Do you think Xbox reached out to Krafton and said, "Hey, do you want to do this? Like, make this deal or whatever?" Because how did Hi-Fi Rush technically was Xbox's, right? How did Krafton get that IP?
They literally went to Xbox and say, "Hey, I heard you sold the Hi-Fi Rush. I heard you closed the Hi-Fi Rush devs. How much you want for that IP?"
Right.
And Microsoft was like, "Well, we're not going to do anything with it. Here you go for whatever price." And then they were like, "Cool. Hey, people who used to work at Tango, you want to go to Tango but slightly off to the left?"
Right.
I mean, it's still Tango.
It's still Tango. I think
they're slightly off to the left.
A little bit, not all of them, but like 50 plus employees went. So I mean, shit.
Honestly, they should just off-center their logo to the left instead of to the right. The new Tango Works logo is the exact same logo. It's just the words are shifted slightly to the left.
But no, I'm super excited. That was probably the best news that could have come in 2 hours earlier last Sunday. So we could at least said it in last episode, but we're saying it this episode, and it's still true. It's going to happen. It's going to be a banger.
Yeah. I mean, as of the time of recording of last episode, there was zero probability whatsoever of there being a Hi-Fi Rush 2. Now, there is a guaranteed certainty in several dice rolls of the universe
Right. And who's got? I mean, you got to get. That's a game to get excited to build. It's just so awesome. I'm just so happy for them. I'm glad they got a second chance.
I'm
I'm glad
glad
that
that
game, a great game, is getting longevity.
I'm glad that it at least made it out to PlayStation, so you can play it on PlayStation, Steam, Xbox. Like
Everywhere.
the original game is easily accessible, and it seems like Xbox is going to keep in place the publishing. Like they're not going to delist the game. It doesn't
Hmm.
seem like they are.
Okay.
Because I mean, they still stand to make money from the PlayStation audience. Like Hi-Fi Rush is in the news, so a bunch of people who haven't bought it are gonna buy it, and that's just
Yeah.
more money for Microsoft because they
Yeah.
still own the rights to the original game. So
Yeah. Makes
Also,
sense.
I'm happy that the industry isn't losing that knowledge. Like
Yeah.
uh, American game devs, Western game devs are already like bleeding knowledge and expertise badly, and a lot of great minds that could help us. That's another reason why games take so long, is because it feels like every year they're onboarding a whole bunch of new staff because they got rid of a whole bunch of their old staff, so there's
Yeah.
nobody there to tell the newbies how to do stuff quickly.
Yeah. True.
So I'm happy that a lot of them stayed in the industry, got some variation of their job back,
Yeah.
and that they could keep, working on their passions.
It's awesome. That is a solid opportunity. I mean, you build relationships with these people that you work with and build a game with, and have an opportunity to kind of stay with that core group of people is honestly unheard of. So it's a really cool opportunity for them. Shout out Krafton. That was cool. You don't get a lot of cool news in the video game dev industry, and that was finally some good fucking news.
so the other big name at Tango. So we had Shinji Mikami, but we also had Ikumi Nakamura.
Hmm.
And so now she is at Unseen Games,
Yeah,
which
she talked about that at the Game Awards last time. One of the few
yeah, Game
interesting things
Awards
they did
2023.
at the Game Awards last year that was video game related and not a bunch of Hollywood actors,
Look,
verbally
the Hollywood
fellatio.
actors get the eyeballs. They get me my Monster Hunter Wild trailers. So we're not gonna
No,
bite the
wait,
hand
no,
that
wait,
feeds
no,
you.
no, no, dog. Them celebrities, no. Capcom knows to drop a Monster Hunter trailer after Wilds. I mean, after Worlds. They
True.
know. They know. No, like, Capcom.
It's your
Capcom
best-selling
knows.
game.
Capcom knows.
You're gonna treat it like your best-selling game.
Right. Like, Capcom knows.
That was still
Yeah.
the hypest moment of last year's Game Awards. It's just like
That was
Madrid
crazy.
shaking his laptop vigorously. Me trying to figure out what the hell is going on with the stream.
It was happening. It was happening.
It was a good time. Solid time.
But yeah, so shout out Krafton. I look forward to Hi-Fi Rush 2. I will financially support it the same way I did Hi-Fi Rush 1.
Amen, brother.
In digital video games news, the answer, the episode I guess expansion for Persona 3 Reload,
Mhm.
which is equivalent to the answer in Persona 3 Fez.
No, it is the answer.
It is.
Yeah,
That's the name of it's episode I guess, but the name of the episode is the answer. Yeah.
that is less than a month away. We are recording on August 17th. It comes out September 10th. Are you ready for it, Jalen?
Physically or emotionally?
In your save file.
No,
It
because
doesn't matter what your heart, soul, or brain feels.
No,
it's all
no,
about
'cause
your
I need
save
to-
file.
No, because I need to rebuy it on. I haven't bought it on PC yet
Oh, you had
because I
it
was
on
playing it
Game
on Game
Pass.
Pass.
It's
And
on
also,
sale.
right, but also another reason why I was waiting is also because I was letting the FemC mod to get finished before I bought it on PC.
Well, that FMC mod that's been floating around in the Discord, that is a mod for Persona 3 Portable.
No,
Uh,
no, no, no. There is a full reload FemC mod.
That's
oh,
crazy. Yeah, it doesn't actually it
Yeah,
doesn't surprise
yeah.
me
yeah,
whatsoever.
there's an actual FemC reload FemC mod
Mm.
because
That's
she's
cool.
in portable. That's where she is.
Yeah,
She
but
only has 2 video
she
game
didn't have
appearances,
the cuts.
portable and portable
Already.
and no
Q2.
Q2.
Oh. Oh.
Free her.
She's
Yeah.
really not. Is she not
Not in
in
any arena?
dancing?
Or at least in
No, I
dancing.
don't think she's actually in dancing.
That's crazy. Yeah, while you look that up, I know that between like sessions of me playing Dawn Trail, or when I'm too tired to like Dawn Trail's like, oh, how about you run this dungeon into a trial? I'm like, how about I don't do that right now and do something less mentally taxing at 1 in the morning. So
Yeah, she's not in dancing.
that's crazy. That is
Yeah, she's
that's
on in Persona Q too. Is the only other one.
yep. I knew she wasn't in Q.
That's crazy.
Is she on the box art of Q2? Or is it just the. Hold on. I
Let's
gotta
see.
grab the collector's edition.
Oh. Yeah. Humble brag. Is she? Yeah, I mean, she should be. There's so many characters in this.
There are a lot of
Some
characters.
I
some
guess
I'm
the
not
top
seeing.
right behind the yeah, right behind the male protag, right? That's her, redhead.
Yeah, actually, if you look at
Oh, yep.
yeah, she's right behind Makoto Yuki, the
I forget
P3
they
protag.
actually have real names, and the only one named
They're still
protagonist.
up for contention because it depends on what adaptation you're watching. Because it's like,
Not Persona 4.
Persona 4 is just named protag,
No.
no,
right?
Yu
Yu
Narukami.
Narukami. He's the only one with a single. Well, the new Sona characters. He's the only new Sona protag that has a consistent name throughout all
Oh, okay.
adaptations.
Yeah. Yu Narukami is his
Hmm.
name. Persona 5 has multiple names. And it depends on whether you're playing base Persona 5 or Persona 5 Royal, because every adaptation, like, those are two different names, depending on if it's base P5 or Royal.
Like in the and with Persona 3, it's heck. His name is Minato in the manga. His name is Makoto in the movie, 3 dancing, 3 portable, and the remake. He is Sakuya Shiomi from the play, which I have to send Chris. I have to send you some of the musical because them motherfuckers were singing out them songs.
I need
yeah.
a research link for the movies.
I think a couple of them are on Netflix.
Yeah, but it's
Oh
like.
yeah, actually they are. I know Persona.
There are
3
four
is on.
Persona 3 movies.
Yeah.
I don't think the first 2 are on Netflix.
I think those are the ones that are on Netflix.
I
don't
haven't
think the
checked
fourth
recently,
one-
but
I don't think the 4th one is on Netflix.
I'd totally be down to play along while watching the movie. Or, like,
Yeah.
figure out.
The entirety of number 4 is on YouTube,
There you go.
which is winter, because they're all the seasons.
Oh.
Yeah, the 3rd movies, yeah, they're the seasons.
Oh, so yeah, that makes sense. Because you always start in spring,
Yeah,
and then
spring
go
of
summer,
birth.
fall, and then winter.
So it doesn't look like any of them are on Netflix
Anywhere?
anymore.
Okay. Well, I
Well,
know
oh damn.
that Winter of Rebirth is on YouTube. So,
Okay,
you know.
Yeah.
just having the fourth movie makes it even bigger of a problem.
I
But
mean, I guess you can always go to
No, it's
Amazon
all on
Prime
YouTube.
and just
No,
buy them.
it's no, the first one is on YouTube.
are these paid or
For
free on
free?
YouTube?
Free on YouTube.
You just start shooting those links over to me directly. It'd be greatly appreciated.
uh,
There you
how
go.
much are they on Prime?
I don't fucking know.
If I were to do it, I'd buy them on iTunes.
$5 to rent.
Right,
I
the
would
whole set.
No, just the first one, Spring of Birth.
God, $5?
Yep. And they're all
They
actually
know
I
when
was
to
wrong. They're all
upcharge.
not
That's
named for
crazy.
seasons. They're all not named after seasons. The first one and the first and the last one are named after seasons. The second one is called A Midsummer Night's Dream because that's when Aegis shows up.
Oh, is the number one called Falling Down?
No, I think Falling Down is the third one.
Yeah, no, my bad. Number 3.
Yeah.
Damn, this is kind of clean. I shouldn't have done this.
What'd you do, Chris?
Just a regret.
It's like you can get the deluxe edition and it comes with stickers and posters and
Of what? What do you
a
buy?
Persona 3 movie. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Persona 3, the movie, number 3, Falling Down. I'm looking at it and it comes with a bunch of, all of them do. Oh, no. That's clean.
Suffer.
Blu-ray version is $51 for number 4. I mean, if you're out here collecting, I get it. It seems worth it.
But I will say, if you watch the movies, they will piss you off
Why?
because that's not your version of the boy. He's not pursuing the relationships you do. You did.
Oh,
Yeah.
does he? I guess. Does it matter to spoil it? How old is he? How old are these movies?
Very old.
Okay,
Very
then who
old.
does he go for? It's not like you're not spoiling anything.
That's funny.
Oh,
That's
nobody?
funny. That's funny. I'm gonna say this right now. The first one, he's like in the first movie, he's a kind of a prick. He's legitimately a bit of a prick in the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, hold on. To be fair,
No, he's enough of a prick that even Yukari is like, what is his problem?
oh damn, and she's kind of a dick.
Like Yukari, the entire time Yukari's like, is what is his problem? Like, yeah, he's a bit of a prick.
Okay, heard. Also, yo, what up, Robbie? Thanks for joining us. He's so okay, kind of an asshole, but he gets better. You know what? You're right. I don't actually want to watch the movies. I want to keep the version of Persona in my head. Like, I kind of express these characters because no one really talks. Oh, the protagonist never really talks. So
Oh, he
it's like
talks in the
my
movie.
version.
Not a lot, but he
Right.
talks.
But I'm saying like my version of when I'm playing the game, I'm projecting my thoughts of who I think he is. So
And you're always picking the sassiest or silliest option because
Yeah.
he's a silly boy, just very depressed.
and most silly boys are often depressed.
I mean, the funniest ones usually are this.
Check on your funny friends.
Check on your funny friends.
While y'all were doing whatever the hell I just walked back into, I queued up the Persona 4 Golden anime on my Amazon, and I queued up the Persona 5 animation on Hulu. So
Uh-huh.
both of those are ready to go since
Nice.
there's not a
something to
convenient
watch.
streaming way to watch Persona 3.
Yeah.
I'll watch the two Personas I'm not actively playing while playing
Sure.
3 for the first time in earnest.
Oh, because you've never actually played it on PS2.
Oh, I
They made
definitely never played it on PS2. I owned it on PS3, like the PS2 on PS3 version.
Mm-hmm.
I owned it there, but I don't think I ever actually opened that application. Um, I had it on PSP, didn't get it in high school, and traded it in to GameStop.
But you at least played Persona 4.
Yeah, Golden.
It's still a good one.
No, I mean, yeah, that's like the definitive version of
You're
Persona
right.
4
Yeah.
at current time. But yeah, I played that on Vita, and I played a good chunk on Steam.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the Steam is the first and the time I beat it.
But you beat them, which is the important thing.
Right.
You've drank the poison, and now it's rotting your mind as it should.
Technically, the only one I haven't beaten is 3, and I guess 1 and 2, but I don't know where you can get 1 and 2.
There's a whole Catherine right there, and Metaphor Refantasio is in.
But
I'm
if you
going
want
to play that game.
So if you want to, I would say borrow my PSP because I have 2 on there.
Oh yeah, on
So-
my Vita I have.
I need to get a Vita. Maybe.
I mean, if you get someone to
I know what you're
work
talking
it
about.
out, then yeah, get a Vita.
Mhm.
You know,
Well, wait.
It would only make
Hold
it would
on,
only
hold
make
on,
me
hold
young.
Hold on. Chris,
Yes.
PPSSPP is available on your local app store.
Uh-huh.
And if you type into Google Persona 2 ROM, you would not need to buy a Vita.
Oh yeah, you're right.
but
I really
Chris,
just
but
need
Chris,
to. I
but
need
Chris,
to get
but
my.
Chris,
I like
handheld
having
piece
the
of technology.
Right. I love that shit.
Get a backbone.
I mean, granted,
put
I
it on
have
your
it.
phone.
Yeah, I could have it on Steam, on my Steam Deck. I could make all of that shit work. But it's just cool to kind of have like the old piece of technology that you used to play it on. Like, I mean,
and also
owning an analog pocket is kind of like having a Game Boy, a Game Boy, because it's a big chunky boy. It's not a Game Boy Color size, but like, it's nice to play it on there. Granted, I know I have other ways to play those Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games, but it's nice to play it on a handheld like that.
My optimal, like, retro gaming ever since the App Store started allowing emulation has been, like, I'll have physical cartridges of these, and I'll have a way to carry, like, I have a working DS, DS Lite, and Game Boy Advance SP that I have at my disposal at any given time. But carrying those is adding something to my carry that I wouldn't typically have. Having it on my phone is.
And I like adding shit to my carry. I want my handheld. I want the feel. I want to be sitting there in the corner with my Vita.
I've contemplated getting a portable battery case for my phone, so I don't even have to worry about carrying a portable battery for like I want to carry phone, wallet, keys, headphones, ring, watch, auto catcher.
You count the ring?
Yes.
It's just on you.
But sometimes it's not on you.
Right. So, and I got to make sure.
No, but I want to be somewhere with a device that is not shaped like a phone, covering like a third of my face.
You can actively catch me at a Home Goods while Marissa is shopping, while me sitting in a chair playing Pokemon Blue version on an analog pocket.
And it's nice as the fact that because I've been playing with some of the emulation on my phone. Like I keep my go-to staples, Emerald, Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 6. I'm about to put Tactics on that hoe.
I have all the tactics. I have every iteration of Tactics on my phone.
But at the end of the day, I still prefer the build of playing games on something like this or on my Vita than I do even with the backbone. Even with because I've played with the backbone. Even the backbone doesn't do it for me.
I will say it is nice to play on a completely different console outside of my phone, where if I'm on my phone, I have the ability to have the world at my fingertips. So like playing on something like an analog pocket or your DS or so on, it just kind of takes me away from that, and I can just kind of focus on the game, knowing that no distraction at any point is just going to pop up as a notification on my phone.
I mean, true,
Part of
but
that, yeah, I just like it, and it doesn't bother me to carry another little device around that does like.
Honestly, I like it.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Honestly, I want to get a whole separate device for my music and stop using streaming services.
I thought about that. There's a couple of them out there. There's like a Sony one out there that looks like a Walkman.
Oh, the Sony.
But
Okay, the thing with the Sony Walkmans though is that they're good, but they're like priced to hell and back.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I haven't got them. But they're cool looking. There's a few options out there of like to be able to put your phone away and only use it when you really, really need it. It would be nice.
That, and also I just like the separation of the tech. Like I want my phone to do phone things.
Yeah.
I want it to answer calls. I want it to do text messages, GPS, shit like that. I want my games to be not on my phone.
Yeah.
My phone costs enough that it's going to do every goddamn thing that it can do, and then some.
That's fair. Hey, I mean, there's two sides of it. You're not wrong. I mean, we're paying $1,500 for a phone. It better do everything.
Who the fuck is we? Who
Yeah,
the fuck is
my
we?
phone definitely was not that. And my
How
phone
much is
This was like a $700 iPhone 11 when I got it.
How much is the new iPhone?
Do any of us have the new iPhone? Because
No,
looking at my current phone, new is $280. So my
Oh, well, yeah, you still have the 13, right?
the 12,
Oh, okay.
but
Okay,
I have
so
yet
getting
to
the modern equivalent of this phone, which would be the regular 15, would be $800, which is around the price that I paid for that.
That's
when I
half
got
of
it
what Chris is talking about. Still,
Exactly. That's my
Well,
point.
okay, I'm talking about the new
point
phone.
that I'm making.
I thought we still lived in an era where Anton stayed up to date on.
No. You're thinking of the Pro model, but also the fact that, Chris, you're thinking of the Pro model.
Right.
That's the one that's going to run you up that high.
yeah,
Right.
I don't.
This is a regular. This is a degular.
Yeah.
I got to the point with when they started doing the Pro phones, legitimately, like the price to performance ratio, that you're getting,
Yeah.
like it drops off after the base phone. So it went from like the base phone was like an inferior version to the base phone is just you not spending a shit ton of extra money for an extra camera.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, at this point, the technology that we've hit hasn't advanced enough for us to have to upgrade like we had to, and not even had
Honestly,
to.
cell
Did.
phones peaked like when the year the Pixel 1 dropped is the year cell phones peaked.
Yeah. I feel like 5G it hasn't really gotten necessarily better. Like we used to go like from 3G to 4G now to 5G, and I feel like that was
part of the reason why
3G
5G sucks is that the wave frequency is so fast they get obstructed by everything.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's really,
Don't be in
like,
traffic
it's like-
and try to use your phone.
it's not getting through.
As a passenger, don't text and drive.
Right. But also, then 5G waves are going to struggle to get through your roof, through your car roof. It's going to struggle to get through your car. It gets blocked by leaves. Leaves.
Damn. Do better.
Like, next thing you know, we going to find out 5G waves are blocked by the color blue. There's going to be a color.
Yeah, it is going to be a color. It's going to be like this
What
color,
frequency
this
color is it?
specific
That's
color
what we're
paint.
taking bets on.
The blue light on your phone blocks the 5Gs your phone needs to work.
No, 5G doesn't work because you put your phone in night mode. I'm sorry, I have night mode on my phone. I lose all 5G capabilities at sundown.
Right.
Hey, you know what?
We
If it
going
keeps you from
straight
doom scrolling
LTE post sundown.
if it keeps you from doom scrolling at night, it might not be a bad thing.
That's true.
No.
Don't doom scroll.
Looking at some of these iPhones though.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm really gonna wait for like at least the M series chips to make it down to the regular level phone before I upgrade.
Oh.
Because like having ray tracing capable
on your phone?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
them
15
M chips are insane. Like,
Yes.
But you don't need it.
As a resident
I
Apple
don't.
hater,
That's why I'm
them
not.
shits are hard though. Them M chips are hard.
I don't
though.
disagree with you.
Them M chips are
Apple's
so
doing
hard. It makes me wish that Apple actually did something with iPad OS. Because them chips are too good for that fucking operating system.
Yeah, I mean, Apple's doing great things. I believe outside of
they're doing mediocre
the phone.
things.
The computers are doing great things. They're not bread and butter, but they're like their fucking high tech computers are like way better than what we could ever get as a PC person or build. But like.
But also the thing about it though is like, yeah, that is true. But also the thing you have to remember with Apple is that Apple has the advantage of purely being treated like a luxury tech product.
That's true.
Like they're industry standards, but you're paying luxury prices on that shit. PC has
none of it's ever worth it.
No, the good thing is because they've been such a luxury staple for so long, and also have had to broaden like their audience because they're the standard. You could get an M1 MacBook right now, guaranteed for under $1,000, and outperform $1,000 desktops.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I mean, depending on what you want to do. If you're an engineer, graphics artist, go Apple all day. I mean, that's the industry standard for devs and all that jazz. You want to be on Mac.
That, but it's also like what's inside of it. Like the thing about it is like them like because that's also something else about them M chips is that they're doing a lot for how much real estate you're getting out of. Like, holy shit, them M chips are fucking impressive. Like,
yeah, it's sick.
It'd be crazy if Apple actually bothered to make an actual, like if they took the M chips and made an actual graphics card for the chunky motherfucker they dropped. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the Mac Pro.
I mean, the 13. Yeah, you can get a MacBook Air with the 13 M2, like 13 inch with M2 for $19.99. I mean, it's going to have the lowest end of the spectrum, and Apple's going to try to walk you up that ladder. But you can. It's true, and you're going to get a solid laptop.
But like, you could go to Best Buy and get a Mac M1 MacBook Pro for a reasonable price, and like, even if you have like the year before, like the last Intel year of MacBook, you're going to see like your price performance, like you're going to get the bang for your buck out of that. So while there are the like Mac Pro, like Pro Display XDR, there are these extremely high end like Apple things. There's also the consumer grade now, which I feel like wasn't a thing as much for a long time, but they kind of did it with the iPod. And then, so it's like all these things. That's why with the Apple Vision Pro, we've talked about like, I'm waiting for the Apple Vision SE because like I don't use any of these Pro products anymore. Like I used to use the MacBook Pro, but now like your typical average, like even like heavy like user, you know, like I'm not out here doing the lightest tasks on a typical day on my phone. Like I'll actually like use the processing power that I have in the palm of my hands or in my
Yeah.
pocket at all times. But yeah, so that's why the Apple Vision. I'm waiting for the SE. I'm waiting for just the Apple Vision. It doesn't
for the
even have to be the
Vision?
SE.
I hear you. I still don't think it's ever going to be anything. I don't know if the Vision's actually going to take off.
I mean, we're gonna see when
Yeah,
we get the next generation, because they're already testing like their
yeah,
new Vision OS. So
yeah.
also
I
iOS
mean, it does have
18
to adapt
beta
and
is
evolve.
pretty lit. Like if your phone supports it, iOS 18, the public beta has been
Sick.
pretty great.
Is that when we're going to start adding RCS?
Yes, when that goes public this
Oh,
fall,
cool.
like when it not even public beta, like just wide release, that's when RCS. And the fact that it distinguishes it, because my phone technically right now is capable of doing it, and it's just like not over that hump yet of, because when I
Yeah.
text you it's like SMS. I'm like, I see the potential right here of it being text message RCS,
Mm-hmm.
and that'd be really great.
It
But
is
on the
kind of sick.
bright side, now when iOS users respond like to your stuff, I don't get that message. It shows up. So
Yeah.
we're getting closer to
Yeah.
iPhones talking to Androids not being a complete shit show.
I mean, at the end of the day, they really should. It should just be seamless.
I mean, it works now.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
It's
but
just,
like,
and it's just
it.
getting better, and
No,
it's
but
going.
yeah, they are still at the end of the day two phones that work on technically two OSs, but like
They
I don't know.
work. They work.
Yeah, it works, but like it shouldn't be this like me texting an iPhone is completely different than me texting an Android, and an iPhone texting an iPhone is completely different than an iPhone texting an Android.
But how are you supposed to get those walled gardens? How are you
I
supposed
mean,
to
it's
make
so
it
weird.
culturally that people think that people still believe
Well,
that
shout out
Android
to.
phones, there's Android phones that don't cost thousands of dollars? Like, like,
But there
Yeah,
also are
you know,
Android phones that cost thousands of dollars.
true.
right. It's like,
There's
it's one of those,
iPhone. There's
how do you think you get that kind of cultural relevancy? How do you think you get those jokes that people are doing it to themselves?
right.
You
It's weird.
It's capitalism.
Yeah.
Gotta make your brand. Gotta make whatever brand you're giving your money to
It's
your team.
it's capitalism leaning into classism. Like that was
That's
like that iPhones are this higher echelon when they're not necessarily, but they made their consumers believe that they are.
yeah, because they sell. They're like, hey, buy this product, get access to a higher class.
It's like, but it's no different.
Well, yeah, because you bought a
It's just
product. You didn't
right.
actually go to a higher class. You just bought a product.
You just
Fucking capitalism
you just bought an
sneaks into our
iPhone,
video
and it's
game.
okay. It's okay to just buy an iPhone, and it's just okay to buy an Android. You're talking to each other, and that's what's important.
That's
You
what's
have the
Yeah,
important.
Chris,
access.
like you
You
and
have the
I.
access to so many people that you've never had access to before in decades past.
Chris, you're one of the
Appreciate
people I
that.
text the most,
I know.
just in general.
And I wish that it was like the RCS, which when iPhone gets it is awesome, but like the weird
We're so
shit
close.
that it does
But
with Android and iPhone, like because Marissa has an iPhone, it the downgrade of images quality like as we send it
RCS is
through
gonna
text,
fix
it's like
that.
it's so crazy.
RCS is gonna fix that.
Yeah, I know. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy that it's 2024 and we're just now fixing that problem. Why haven't we
Because
do this
you're
before?
shout out You know, I am typically not the one to shout out the Europeans for anything. Shout out to the Europeans for getting us USB-C and RCS and emulators on iOS. Like, they're really cooking over there with just like making iPhones better, and I'm with it. Like,
Hey man, they got to be good for something.
that is like making the iPhone a better, like, just like Apple's trying to make all this shit proprietary, and the EU's like,
Mhm. If only they can make revolutions cool
like
again.
Fortnite is back available on
Through the
iOS
iPhone?
in the EU.
Oh, damn, only in the EU?
Yeah,
Hey.
because they haven't gotten the third-party app stores thing across the. So the third-party app store thing is a software thing. So they can kind of only do the software, but the hardware stuff, like the ports, like they have to do everywhere because doing a separate hardware SKU for one region is going to be
Yeah.
a huge pain in the ass. So
Mhm.
that's why, like, it's really just cheaper for them to make all the iPhones USB-C because A, that port's cheaper to manufacture,
Yeah.
and B,
But
like,
also, your computers, your iPads, your headphones.
no, not, well, now the headphones
Now
got
they're
it
good.
after the phones.
Oh, did it?
Yes.
Wait. Oh, you're right. I was like, I have the generation. Yeah, you're right. You're
I
right.
have the
Okay,
AirPod
I'll leave those out
Pro
of it.
Gen 2, but this is still Lightning.
Okay. Yeah, I'll leave those out of it. I was like, but your at least your iPad, which is also a mobile device, and your laptops, you know how superior kind of that port is. Why wouldn't you just do it? But and then it comes down to capitalism
Right.
and just kind of being different.
Well, also like the fact that you don't control your options.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like this yellow iPhone 14.
So do I. I've been
Yo,
looking at yellow phones because my mom she's returned to the market of getting a new phone.
What phone does your mom currently have?
Uh, Technically a work phone, but really it's this old ass Samsung Galaxy because Anton, you've seen her work phone.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
is that a note?
No, it's the if you've ever called my mother at any point in the past 20 years, you've gotten that phone.
It's been that same phone?
Yes. Yes.
That's a flip phone, right?
No. The phone's different. No. No, the one of the last she got a smartphone. The particular smartphone she's had for like 8, 9 years.
Okay. Well, my mom's using an iPhone 12, so I can at least,
But my requirement is that it has to be yellow, and the 12 doesn't come in yellow.
Oh yeah, the 12 was the newest phone out when all of us got the 12. So,
Yeah.
and there has
That's
not
what I
been a
just
need
upgraded
to
from once as well.
upgrade. Like iOS updates are lasting longer and longer. Like you're getting support further and further back in iPhones.
Mhm.
So it's not just the last 2, possibly 3, possibly 4 years of phones. Now it's possibly the last 6, 7 years of phones
Mhm.
that are still getting iOS updates.
Yeah.
Well, we're on the 15, and I know the 10 is still getting,
Still getting updates.
yes. Like the 10, I think, is a supported device for the iOS 18 beta. And that phone is years old. That was the phone I had before I had this phone that I've had for years now.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Really, the thing that's been annoying me about phones these days is the fact that like they don't just give us good colorways. You either have
That's been
so
my one beef with these Pro phones. The fucking colorways
every
on the
single colorway on the
Pro.
Pro is ass. There's not a single good colorway on the Pro.
Let me
Not
look
a
at the
single one.
15 Pro.
Oh no,
Uh,
the 15 Pros are like, no, we made ours out of titanium, so we can't do
Yeah.
anything actually interesting with it because of
It's not great.
titanium.
I mean,
It's-
shit. Even the pixels like colorways have gone downhill. I mean, this winter green is probably the coolest one out of it, and it's not that great.
I like
really,
this blue.
The
Whatever
blue's
this,
cool.
the blue of the,
But I feel like the blue for the 15.
yeah, the 15 Pro in this like blue. It's like similar enough. Well, it's more similar to my case on my phone than the camera
Oh, the
module
like
is
very
like,
dark gray blue.
yeah. Like I actually like the blue titanium on the 15 Pro. That would be the one I'd go with.
Yeah.
dog, I cannot tell the
It's
fucking
too
difference.
it's too shit, what is this? Like beige millennial, like the millennial gray that's going on, right? We are outside of like colorful ass ways.
But this is
It's
also the
like
thing.
dull now.
Well,
What pisses me
this is
off
my
about it is that if you
first.
look at the previous models,
Hmm.
they all have the fun colorways. The
Hmm.
14's in yellow, the 15's not.
Yeah.
The base 15 is not yellow?
No. Oh wait. Oh, let me not out misspeak.
Because the pros, for a while, the pros have been those more muted tones. And the base, that's
Oh, the
why.
base one is okay. The base one's got some cool colors.
Uh,
You can get like a light blue,
okay, yeah, you could get a
a
regular
mint,
yellow.
like a kind of
Yeah,
basically
they have
light
that.
pink, and then
They're
a
all
yellow.
faded, but yeah.
Yeah,
But
but it's cool.
but you see my point though. It's like, but that's the thing about it. It's like they're all the faded pastels. Where are my darker pastels?
Well, pastels
Or
are
give me
everywhere.
non-pastels. Like you could make fun colors. But
Pastels are these. I don't think are bad. Pastels are kind of we're in, and it's fun.
Like,
It's not
this is
bad.
my
I mean, the
first
Pro
non-black
is
iPhone that
cool.
I've ever owned. Is my 12. It's blue. And this is the first, because like that's one thing you're going to get consistently good from Apple is like a good white colorway and a good black colorway where applicable, because they'll just be like, fuck it, it's only available in white, eat a dick.
The one thing I
Looking
will
at you,
say,
AirPods.
the one thing I will say is how unsupported but great of a phone it was going back to the Microsoft Lumia, like Nokia phones. Those had great colors. They were bright. They were kind of in your
The
face.
iPhone 5C is the last great iPhone color generation. The iPhone
Damn,
5C, that
5C.
green, cooked. Like
Hold on,
that.
I gotta Google this.
Yeah,
5C
look
is
at
so
the
long ago.
iPhone. Look at the green iPhone 5C, and tell me that is not the
Damn, those are
hardest.
kind of cool though.
Tell me that is not the hardest. And they looked even better IRL. Those were like one of those
Yeah, those are
things that
cool.
it's
See,
like
like,
in
I
hand, it just
I
like
understand.
hit.
This was before it was glass as the casing, right?
Yeah. So this
Okay,
was
so you had the ability to make brighter colors with plastic.
right. So that
That's
was
why I feel like it's more muted nowadays because you have the glass backing.
they had glass, then they went to metal, then they went back to
Yeah.
glass. Or because the plastic, it was like they had the 5 and then they had the 5S and the 5C. That's where they split the lines to having like the
Yeah.
budget option and like the pro option.
Damn, this is old. This is throwing me fucking back.
Man, the 5C
It
is peak Apple design.
is cool. Yeah, it was cool. I think I had a 5C.
I had a regular 5 in black, and then I had a 6 Plus in black, and then had a 7 Plus in black, and then I had a 10 in black. Now I have a
Let
12
me
in
not
blue.
lie to you. I didn't have a 5C. Oh wait, I might have the white one.
I've only ever had 2 iPhones. The 6 Plus, because from there I went to the Pixel and the 12 that I still have.
Mm-hmm.
No, the 11.
Yes, the 11. Yes.
But it's still like you could go get the iOS 18 public beta right now,
That's
and it
true.
would work. And that
Yeah.
phone's been around even longer than my phone's been around. And that's a
Yeah.
testament to like the improvements that we've gotten out of like
Yeah.
them understanding that their corporate greed has to hit some type of limit.
Well, yeah.
The thing about it is they're still selling iPhones like Toyotas up until like very, very recently. That was one of the first. Are we going into economic collapse when iPhones stopped selling like hotcakes?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, it doesn't make sense to upgrade your phone every single year. You don't hear that on the news or like on your commercial for T-Mobile. It's not get the new iPhone every single year anymore.
Right.
It's
All
just,
those plans are gone.
yeah, they're gone. It's just like
Mint Mobile,
how cheap,
FTW.
how cheap can we make the plan as cheap as like Mint Mobile while still being like having
Part of
good
it is
services?
because a lot of the big cell phone providers, they're not just selling you a service, they're selling you the phones too.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's
also
not really
like,
at a discount.
right. That's kind of
you pay
that's
interest on it.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
why we ended up with this whole culture of buying a new phone every year in the first place, because it was sold to us like that. There were
Yeah.
ads like,
Mhm.
"Hey, pay for it, make your monthly payments for a year, and then upgrade."
Yeah. Make your monthly
It's stuck never paying off your phone.
And then what was that like forever iPhone or iPhone forever plan with like AT&T or Verizon? Well, no, I think Verizon.
Yeah, it was just a month. Yeah, it was AT&T. It was just a monthly plan. You got an iPhone every year.
Yeah, you got an iPhone every year, but
we're being real. AT&T is the one who pioneered that bullshit. We're talking about the pioneers of that shit. It was AT&T.
iPhone was exclusive to AT&T at first.
Yeah, they were
so much.
And then T-Mobile and everybody else got it, and T-Mobile tries to do the same thing too. Verizon, I don't. Verizon's trying to sell you football, and that's why you want to go and get their cell phone service.
Before they had the Droid, that really one of the first sick Android phones.
Yeah,
that was a them exclusive.
Yep, they were pushing Android, and then they got their NFL. They all have their own thing, but yeah, it doesn't make sense to. It's trying to get your cell phone provider to give you the cheapest but also the best service now instead of trying to sell you a new phone all the time.
I get that unlimited 5G for what is it?
200 something a year?
No. It's 300 a year.
Through Mint. Yeah, it's like
it's 3?
Yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, not bad.
No,
for the mileage I get out of it.
Once I pay off my Pixel, I'm probably gonna go do that. $15 a month, 12. Unlimited 5G is $30 per month.
And the service is good too. Like
right, but that's like
I've only had
that's unheard of 10 years ago.
Well, no, Metro. Like if you owned your phone.
Yeah,
and Metro that's the thing of like.
But Metro didn't have good service. I've heard Mint Mobile.
No, Metro did not have good service
until it got bought by not AT&T,
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Everybody got by T-Mobile. Like Sprint
got
by T-Mobile's
Sprint
out here
originally. Who did Sprint buy? Sprint bought somebody.
No, T-Mobile bought Sprint.
I know T-Mobile bought Sprint, but Sprint definitely bought somebody at one point.
Who was that one? Oh no, God, ooh, it's an old one. A old one.
Not Boost. Because Boost is still around.
Who did Sprint merge with?
Sprint merged with T-Mobile, but they bought somebody.
There was someone.
Virgin?
Yes.
It was
Yeah, there you
Virgin.
go.
Was that the pipeline of Virgin phones to Sprint?
I think so.
Sprint was out here buying shit for a while. They bought Telecom, which is like a 1986.
Well, AT&T bought Bell South, so...
There
Yep,
we
it
go.
was
That's
Virgin.
the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah,
I was like, what is that one that we used to get commercials for
Yeah, AT&T
back
Bell South.
in the day?
Bell South, and
But also,
there was
let's be
also
real.
the
AT&T
orange
and
one.
Bell fucking Earthlink or Netscape.
They bought.
It might have been
No, they couldn't have
Earthlink.
bought Earthlink.
No. You're talking about AT&T. That would be Oh, it starts with a C. It's not. It's something cellular. It starts with a C. What the
Comcast?
fuck is it called? No, it's not Comcast. It's older than Comcast.
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh, what was it called?
You know exactly what I'm talking
I know
about.
exactly what it is. It's just pissing me off that I don't remember it. Fuck.
Comnet cellular.
Singular.
Singular. Fucking singular. Yeah. It's fucking
Yep,
capitalism.
that's exactly where the AT&T logo came from. They just kept it from Singular.
No, Singular was like this orange.
Oh, the
like-
orange guy.
Yeah.
I see it. Oh my God, they had that little like bug phone where you only could call one phone.
Oh, Singular. Yeah, they got bought. Singular got bought by AT&T. Verizon bought Virgin, and then merged with T-Mobile.
Wait, so who did Sprint buy? We still didn't get
I mean,
the
Sprint bought Virgin. I fucked up. Sprint bought Virgin. I did the whole entire lookup on it. Sprint bought Virgin and then killed it when they merged with T-Mobile.
Makes sense.
Damn.
Yeah.
Speaking of T-Mobile, here's a phone that I wish I could get in the modern era, and
A
it
Sidekick.
would, yeah. The
moment you said
I
a
would
phone for
fuck with a
T-Mobile,
Sidekick so
like-
hard right now.
No,
Chris,
I need an
Chris,
Xperia Play.
you listened to Wayne in the early 2000s. Of course you wanted a fucking
Yes,
Sidekick.
sir. Oh my God, the Xperia Play was also really cool.
Yeah, the Xperia Play was way before its time. Like,
Oh, the
Yeah.
Xperia Play. See, the real
Make
problem
me
with the
a-
Xperia, the real problem with the Xperia Play is that it's about the size of a Game Boy Advance Micro. Them
Is
shits
it?
were smaller than a motherfucker.
I thought it was the size of a PSP Go.
that was also small.
Yeah, I
The
know.
PSP
But
That
it,
was
Go
like
was
half the
slightly-
size of a PSP.
forgot how small phones used to fucking be.
Right?
Damn, that phone was sick.
But yeah, give me that slide
Yeah.
out controller on the
Yeah,
iPhone.
that
Please
was
and thank
sick.
you.
We used to do some real cool stuff back in the day.
I'm doing cooler shit now. I don't know about you.
No, I mean like technology companies. They used to like make some weird shit. iPhone Androids aren't. None of it's weird. Your folded phone isn't that.
Oh well,
weird.
the Nothing phone's weird.
The Nothing phone's kind of cool though.
Yeah.
But it's just an Android with like that you could kind of see through the back of it.
No, they have one that's like modular that you can 3D print your own attachments for.
That's not the
Oh,
Nothing
that's-
phone. That's a different one.
No, that
Yeah,
is-
that's the Nothing phone is the one where you can kind of see through everything, and it's kind of
yeah,
like
but there's
it's a
new
minimalist phone.
cheap Nothing phone. It is called
They're not cheap anymore.
the
They got
CMF
popular.
by Nothing. The
CMF?
CMF.
Saying it's called the what?
CMF Nothing phone.
The dual SIM one. Oh, I'm seeing what you're saying. Where you can actually screw into it.
Yeah. So like
That's
that
cool.
screw part
Oh,
comes
yeah,
off
yeah,
and lets
that.
you
Yeah, it's by
make
nothing, but it's
whatever the
not the
hell
nothing phone.
My bad.
That
Yeah,
was
the
my
nothing
thing.
phone is like
It's a
The nothing-
phone made by nothing.
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Correct.
correct. But it's not the nothing phone. The nothing phone's entire thing is like, hey, you're addicted to social media. Here's a phone that's supposed to help you not be addicted to social media. So this is a phone that you can't. You're gonna figure out how to put social media on this if
No.
you're a fucking addict.
No,
The
that,
nothing phone is literally a phone that you can kind of see through the back of
Yeah.
it. It
it
like
looks
Then what
like
the fuck am I thinking of?
a
you're
dumb
thinking
phone.
of oh god, what's that one smartphone?
Dumb phone.
What's the dumb phone? Is it just called dumb phone?
Am I just thinking of dumb phone?
Yeah,
Then
it's
damn,
called
we
the
both
Light
wrong.
Phone 2 is the phone where that you literally you make calls, you can kind of text message, you can do maps that sucks, and then Spotify.
But
And
yeah,
that's it. You can't put anything else really on your phone.
the
Oh,
nothing CMF phone 1.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You gotta add that CMF in there.
Yeah, do we
Yes,
know
you
which?
have to add the CMF.
But
That's
yeah,
pretty cheap too.
that's what I'm saying.
Damn. Ooh. It's kind of a cool design.
Yeah, and
I really like this. Damn. Fuck the pixel.
and there are add-on so you can remove the back
Oh, I
and
see.
3D print your own back, and you can
Interchangeable
3D
design.
print any of your stuff, like any kind of module you want to add to your phone, you can do like that. So I've seen
This is
people
cool.
3D print like cases that go on the back of the phone that connect to a controller.
That's cool. This is a cool phone. That's a really cool phone.
All right. Well, does anybody have anything more gaming related since we've been talking about tech for so long? And
No.
fucking
No?
corporate mergers of cell phone companies.
You know, sometimes we just needed a good tech episode every
We
once
did.
in a while.
It's
We
been a
got
minute.
we got dour into the gaming news last week because shit was going wrong. Now we could just talk about being nostalgic about cell phones.
That's true.
Variety.
Shit also went right. Shout out Krafton.
Shout out
And
Krafton.
shout
Decided
out
to
Atlas.
buy something with money
Oh,
and make
and
money
shout
off
out
of it.
Alwa. That's coming out soon. There's a lot. September is going to be fun.
That's October. Well, September is. Wait, what's in September? Because I know October is
Rogue
Metaphor.
Astrobot game.
Fuck.
What is that one actually called?
Uh,
Astro. Not Astro Playroom.
No,
That's the-
Astrobot. Just straight up Astrobot.
So September we have.
The Game Informer list is gone, so I.
Oh no, I'm on GameSpot. I'm Your Beast. This comes out September 10th. That was fun. I tried the demo of that. It's fun. It's a brutal first person shooter. It's a good time.
Nice.
Wild Bastards comes out, which is basically it's a take Far Cry Blood Dragon's aesthetic, but make it a Western, and make that Western a boomer shooter.
Cool.
Wild Bastards.
Mm.
That looks good. That's
Is that the
Zelda game.
Warhammer 4000 game? Is that the one they showed off where you could actually like paint your character?
No. Oh, Space Marine 2 is coming out, and I'm fucking down for some Space Marine fucking 2, but that's not the one.
Lollipop.
That's not the one where you can paint your. But you can paint you can make your own chapter colors for multiplayer, for the multiplayer in Space Marine 2. Fucking Space Marine 2 looks good, man.
Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom is coming out.
Yeah, the
September
Zelda
26th.
game where you actually play as Zelda.
I
cool.
can't
And
justify.
she can come at you with the wooden chair. She's not Aerith, so the chair ain't steel, but she can come at you with the wooden one.
Unfortunate that it's coming out on the Switch. It wouldn't come out anywhere else, but it's very unfortunate.
Honestly, I have started to like my Switch again.
Yeah,
I've started appreciating it again.
I'm not about to buy a $60 game on it in 2024, though. Especially when I have.
Well, do light novels count? Do light novels count?
Is it $60?
Let's see.
But yeah, I think Astrobot is one of my most anticipated games for the rest of this year, and it's coming out
Oh yeah,
fairly soon. And
but Chris, we got until because you got to make an episode on this. You got to make an entire thing once we hit October 8th.
oh, I know.
An
I'm
entire
gonna
video.
buy that fucking terrible game, and then I'm going to
We need to
have a love
honestly,
relationship for
we
it.
need to have a stream marathon of us going through the game for some content, and then we make a full review of it. So if the
I love
game,
it.
so we could actually roast Bloober for their sins. And also, so the visual novel I was talking about is not $60. Thank God.
Thank God.
It's Nintendo. I don't trust Nintendo to never make anything not full price.
That's
So
totally fair.
it looks like I will be getting Fate Stay Night on the Switch
Ooh.
instead of Steam. And the reason why is because it being a visual novel, it had a bunch of fucking errors and shit when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And the Switch version is the one that got fixed first,
Whoa.
which is perfectly on par with how Fate is. Honestly, honestly, it might just be 2005 again.
That's just fate.
I'm just gonna tell you the truth. At least when it stays night, you're gonna have a bunch of people who only seen the anime find out what mana transferring is. It's just about to be funny.
Oh, Sonic Shadow Hedgehog Generations coming out soon.
Dog, that is my most anticipated game of the year right there. That right there. Did you see? Like they even incorporate emeralds in that game, man. Emeralds in that fucking game. Dog.
It's true.
Dog.
You know, it's fucked up is I'm really excited for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024.
It's okay. It's okay. That's your preferred dad game? That's your dad game?
My preferred dad game.
It was only a matter of time, Chris. We knew you were going to be into dad games after Stardew. After you got really into Stardew Valley, it's like, oh, you're fucked. You're going to start playing dad games.
I am. You just need something that you can just, chill out to. Put on your favorite album.
Put on a couple of podcasts.
Yeah, just vibe out. Take a 4-hour flight, real time. Who gives a shit? You're just out there. Flying in a tornado. Hurricane. I don't know. Just have fun. Rescue people from the ocean. Because you can.
Because you're Scuba Chew.
Scuba Chew.
Scuba Chew!
506 CP. Can you evolve that?
No.
Can you get a Scuba Raichu?
No.
Damn. Raichu needs more love. I will say that. Raichu's actually kind of cute.
Yeah. Raichu's adorable. Most Pokemon are adorable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, does anybody have one more thing before we wrap for the week?
Nope.
No.
All right. Well, remember you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. I've been shouting out my PSN lately, so if you want to add me on there, Anton the number 6 with 2 X's. Chris, where can people find you?
You can find me at, I guess, Chef and Chris and most places.
Chris is reactive on the internet. We got a code blue, everybody. Code blue.
I'm not on social media. I don't know if that's my real social media
Okay,
account.
because I was gonna be like, oh, Chris got social media again. Open your fucking Instagram and look at all the fucking memes I've sent you.
Don't want it, but I think my PSN is Chef and Chris, so this is gonna be the one time I shout it out. Otherwise, just hop in that Discord.
And to get to the Discord, you go to cheesycontrollerpodcast.com and click that Discord button.
Yep, and we're in there. We're having a long discussion about pizza.
Yeah, this has been a multi-day saga.
We're just having the pizza. We were really the Cheese Pizza Controller podcast.
We need your pizza opinions. Get in the Discord now.
Right. Is Jets the best pizza in the land? Is it?
It's the best Detroit style. It depends on what style you like.
Chicago.
It's so versatile. Oh, Chicago style?
What's the best Chicago pizza place in the land?
Are you talking about Chicago, like deep dish Chicago? Or are you talking about Chicago pub style, thin crust Chicago?
Let's start with pub style.
I'm going to get a lot of slander for this, but I really like the thin crust Domino's and that's pretty much the Chicago pub style. I've never had a
Domino's
Chicago deep cheese.
Domino's?
I love Domino's.
You know,
Domino's stepped up their game. You know
I'm
what?
gonna tell you the truth. The reason why I'm a Domino's hater has nothing to do with the pizza. It's the fact that they ruined the cinnamon sticks.
That's
like
fair.
that's literally all my beef
That's
from
fair.
Domino's.
They really put forth the chocolate volcano lava cake, and that's fair. But I will respect them.
The recipe. It's because they changed the recipe.
Yeah.
It used to be a fucking slab of bread that was partially cut, covered in cinnamon sugar. It was the best. But then they were like, no, we have to make fucking twist in there. And they wanted to get some type of churro crispy texture that just doesn't fucking work.
I will say those garlic knots, depending on where you live, hit. Because they are either overcooked, crunchy, shitty, or they are puffed up and just banging. I love a good Domino. They humbled themselves. They said, "Hey, what's wrong with our pizza?" They listened. They finally seasoned. They seasoned their crust. Crazy. Who would have thought seasoning your crust would have just brought you to the top?
Wait. See, seasoning your crust? That's like washing your hands after you go to the bathroom. How the fuck dare you?
Oh, shout out Domino's. Papa John's, figure your shit out.
Papa John's has no right being as fucking mid as it is.
It's because Papa went crazy. The man literally said on a podcast, "The day of reckoning will come," and no one knows what that means to this day. I think that was in like 2020. To be fair, maybe Papa John started COVID.
Is that how he tried to out Pizza the Hut? He can't.
You're at home. You have to deliver something. Why not try Papa John's?
Oh my god.
Okay, Jalen, where can people find you?
Squid Bishop on the internet, but you could also find me on First Descendant at Squid Bishop with like a bunch of numbers like 8339 or some bullshit like that. But in the Discord mostly.
All right, this has been a Noah's Good production. The video version is edited by Chris. I just sent him 10 episodes before this recording. The audio version is edited by Akuma Santi. I'm going to send him the audio once we wrap this. And until next time, keep it cheesy.